Okay guys, let's look at this week's analysis video. We're just gonna go pair by pair. Last week's video was like an hour long. We should do it in under 30 minutes hopefully this time. USD just head and shoulders with the and a cup and wedge. This for starting to turn. So I'm gonna say up. Okay. Now we're gonna look at the next pair. Euro. Bounded up and to so found anything about euro on my Canadian and remove this line. Oops. This way. Still on Thursday I did these lows right here. So we write Canadian down. Alright. British pound, I told you last week that and now we're moving up on British pound, so I'm gonna write down GBP up, and we got it right here. So kind of trend line here. Let me look. One of these things. Oh, right down there. All right. So and we have a different color for you, like this. All right. But for now, Swiss franc, I'm gonna remain bearish. So CHF down. All right. So Japanese yen. On is Australian dollar, because again in the middle of the these high we're looking to LSS pattern. Yeah. So we're looking at I'm looking for hard to tell, and I don't know what to write down for NZD at this point because I am bearish on it obviously, but neckline I'm gonna write down NZD down, but I'm also gonna write down weight. All right. So I am okay. Let's look at UCAD. So we're looking for UCAD to go up, and it's already going up. So we can start identifying some entry points here, and this trend line definitely becomes this broken trend line becomes a target. We have this doji here last month, so we also having this trend line going up. Now, this one was broken like this, right? So I'm just so um, so we're looking for UCAT to go up, a target, which is pretty close by. Now, as far as entry goes, so right here we're on a 4-hour chart. Here as well we have a couple of SRS opportunities, so we're gonna mark that one, and we're gonna mark this one. So if we let's see, if we come down, this area like here, and how on daily we have this SRS level. That's a good buy, and this is the line that I drew and I kept it there. So same remains, still looking for this move going up. And obviously it's my computer, but I only have 50 tabs open. I'm not sure what's wrong. Haha. Yeah, it's my recording software. I have it on like 30 frames per second, so that's why it's slowing down the whole computer. It's on like 4.5 gigs of RAM right now. So anyway, as I was saying, it's no easy way to enter GCAD. So I would be looking for the pullback here can be anything. So you could be looking for a breakout and then a pullback. So SRS type of entry. So on a 4-hour, right, it would look something like this. So then we're looking at, this. And this move here is obviously 250 pips, not bad. And there's going to be a bunch of, Fibonacci guys jumping on 50 and 61.8% retracement. So you kind of have to watch those levels, especially the 50%. There might be some buying opportunity here on the pullback. All right. So GCAD established. GCHF. Same thing here, kind of. We did see a little move last week off of SRS, though it failed on this, failed to break this trend line here, and dipped, this bounce here, right? So this hesitation at the trend line sometimes indicates reversal and go higher. So it will look something like this, right? Like this. Like this, right? So that's about 200 pips, I believe, from point A. 230. So this would be the buy zone on GCHF. So we got that one out the way. Let's look at GN. GN, we finally hit the TP this week, 400 plus pips. Pop after, obviously this box right here, you were just bound. As you know me, I don't like buying when it's very high and expensive, and we're kind of coming into this resistance here. We also have a gap. New Zealand, if I see it, coming back up, this would be the pullback on GN. So then we can start looking for some kind of buying opportunity either at SRS, which is not a perfect looking SRS because there's hesitation right here, or this zone right here, looking for a buy somewhere in here. All right. So that's how I would play, and then also this trend line should break eventually, and then it will start coming down. So kind of look for that. Once that breaks, then you can kind of say that they're probably going to go down like this. All right. So GN is done. Let's look at US Swiss franc. Not my favorite pair to trade. It's just like Euro Swiss franc, doesn't move a lot. Euro Swiss franc is like 30 pips a day, and USD Swiss franc is like I want to say maybe 40 pips a day. A lot of action, but if you catch a nice swing, so I'm bullish on it. If there's a pullback, there could be a potential entry. So right now we don't have a lot of resistance going in or moving higher. So you got this high right here, and this is definitely a target right now. And it will depend if USD can break through that neckline on that head and shoulders pattern that everybody's probably looking at. I don't really look at other people's charts. I mean, obviously, I'm on a few social platforms like Instagram and TradingView, but I never look at or YouTube, I guess. But I never look at other people's charts. I don't like when people kind of give me their own ideas about the market, and then it clouds my own judgment. So it become kind of biased, decision making. It's not very useful for me. Some people like to take it all in, right? Because they might miss something they haven't seen on their own, and that's great too. But just for me personally, I tend to just make my own decision. But I am bullish on it. And then we are bearish, and we're looking for a pullback, right? So it's kind of similar looking chart to, obviously we can buy, if we look back here, right? So you have this, where is it? You have this zone of trap traders, right? And this kind of becomes a magnet, obviously, and this can be a good buy area. It's just you have to do it very carefully. These type of trades. So this is a type 2A, and type 2As sometimes they can just break, right? So for me, I'm gonna make a decision tonight. I'm either gonna try to buy this area here to the SRS and then short it there, or I'm just gonna wait for the SRS. So this would be the area of interest for the short. I see, like, I shorted NU, and people were disagreeing with me. My only mistake was that I placed, well, I entered a bit early, and I placed kind of a tight stop. So my entry was this SRS right here. And people were telling me, no, NZD is going up. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm shorting here. So this is where I shorted, right? And I don't know if you took my trade, it probably got stopped out because my stop was like literally, 40 pips right here. 1, 2, 3, right? And when I saw this break out, this type of, either head and shoulders or a cup and handle, whatever. So this would be the cup and handle. You break out, then you pull back to the SRS, and then you go lower. That was the idea. I got a little bit early, and my stop was a bit too tight, so I got stopped out. But now we're looking at the same thing. So you have this breakout, and then if you have a pullback, you short that pullback at the SRS. Or you buy into it if you have a good area to buy, which we kind a lot of traders right here who are stuck. All right, so all these guys, you got to think about it. Imagine, so there's literally billions of dollars that changed hands in this area right here, right? I mean, this was like half a month. This is 2 weeks worth of stuff, right? Trading. And about half of these guys are net short, right? And a lot of them had to endure through this drawdown. And this is big money, I mean, they've got money. This drawdown doesn't really matter to them, right? And a lot of guys are also long from this area, right? And the short guys, they're like, oh man. So they have about how to properly identify them. So that would be my way of trading NU, and I'll probably post both trades going up and down so we can catch both of these moves, because right now this is that you have, yes, you have this resistance, but you also have a trend breakout that looks like this. All right, and you can kind of see it on monthly right here, right? So, and I've been talking about buying UJ for a while, and we did buy it, but you have this on monthly. You have basically this bull flag. You have this impulse, and then this long correction for months. And now all you have to do is break out and go up and test these highs. So that's about 1400 pip move there to the highs. And let me check. All right, so that's it. That's what I have for you today, guys. Trade safely this week. Do your analysis. Use TradingView to chart. Very good tool. My favorite charting package. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. I'll get better this week. And I will see you in the trading room. Thank you. Bye.